Kathy's still with me because there's loads and loads of texts and loads of stories, Kathy, that you were telling me during the break and want to get to in a moment. Can you please tell Amy to calm down and relax? Amy, calm down, just relax, just go with it. Listen to My Life, it's a Late Night Show and everything's really cool here. What was the changing the image thing? I didn't really catch it. Basically sit in a darkened room in front of a mirror, light a candle, put something on the mirror, a little post-it at eye level, stare at that for a moment, then expand your vision to look beyond that and around that, and just see what you pick up. The image in the mirror will change, and go with it. It could get scary, but just go with it. It's a good experience. I've done it loads of times. Very, very interesting. This is a text that just came in earlier. I want to get back to it. Hi Paul, I'm a man of science, really, and I want to know how you guys developed such a strong belief in the supernatural. Well, I would say I love science. I'm absolutely, not so much a geek with science, but I really love exploring the new things and developing my mind and stuff like that. But when you think of it, science is always changing and evolving, and there's absolutely no reason why science shouldn't embrace the supernatural, even for the sole reason of trying to explain it and that it's not supernatural.
Exactly.
When you think of it, 400 years ago, science said that the world was flat, and everybody believed it. And then they embraced this concept that it's actually round, it's a globe. And when you think of it, and I say this to people, how do we know that they're right? But then, of course they're right, you can see it from space. But hold on a minute, it's actually easier to prove that the world is flat than it is to prove that it's round, because if you're going to get a big round ball and say to somebody, I want you to walk around 360 around that, you'll fall off when you get to the edge. Whereas if you get a kind of a square piece of timber, say, walk on that now. Yeah, you go, the world is flat. So science is constantly evolving, and I think especially with people talk about 2012, that we're going to see more of a kind of a merger, that they're not going to be diverse things, science on the one hand and then spirituality on the other hand. There's no reason for them to be separate.
No, I would agree with you.
I'm teaching a new class I set up. Who can I ask to give me better and a bigger class? From Michael. Is there angels assigned to that kind of thing, or do you kind of just ask?
Ask in general, yeah.
Just ask for what you want.
Very simply, yeah.
Michael in Clone is looking for plan B. Would I summon something or somebody to haunt me if I did that mirror changing thing?
No, if anyone is frightened, to do it, that the very simple thing to do is to ask Archangel Michael, who is the protector, to protect them from any negative energy or any evil source. And, just ask for that and just say, and it is done. So it is, and it will be done. Okay.
Dragon Boy's texting said it's called gravity, Paul. I don't believe in gravity, you see, that's why I'm hanging upside down, suspended from the ceiling. What angel would you pray to get new skills?
Basically it really is, it's an open book here.
It's not like a kind of a government and a ministry for angels, and everybody's assigned a different department or a portfolio, is it?
Oh, well, there are angels, that will cover certain things, but when you ask in general, and you put it out there, whoever that, whatever angel that is meant to be working on that, whatever area, they will take care of it. It works very, very simply. It isn't complicated at all.
Okay. Paul, I just texted in about seeing my past uncle, and I told my mum, and she thinks I'm crazy. I don't know what to think, Sam.
No, well, absolutely, like this happens day in, day out, every day.
I think people say you're crazy because they're scared. They don't want to believe it too. It's easy to say you're crazy.
What we don't understand, it's very easy to knock it. Before, all of this basically, as I would say, opened up with myself, there was no bigger skeptic on the planet than me, and that's the truth. If someone had said to me, about going to clairvoyance and going to fortune tellers and all of those things, I had been the first person to say, oh, would you go and wise up? Boil your head, basically, you're mad, And, but for me, because, I've been in a situation, where I have seen angels for myself, and no one will ever take that away from me, because, it was mine and it was real. And, for me, it's just the most wonderful thing in the world to know that, there is an afterlife, and that while we are here on this journey, on the humanistic level, that we aren't here on our own, that most certainly we have angels, we have spirit guides or ascended masters, all of those, they're there to help us. Okay, and it takes the fear out of death away in this life too. Absolutely.
Amy wants to know, did anyone ever try that mirror thing before? Because my friend tried it and it didn't work. It does, Amy. I've done it myself.
Yeah,
it does work. If you've got a darkened room, and you've got a candle with a flickering light, you cannot but see something change in the mirror, because your vision, from a psychology point of view, your vision is going to try to make sense of what it is you're seeing in the mirror, and that's going to constantly fluctuate. So your mind and your imagination is going to work together. So whether you think it's an imagined thing or whether it's a spiritual experience, you will get a result, you will get an effect. My son is a year old and sick with his teeth. There's a special angel or prayer for sick children. It's heartbreaking, from Sarah.
Again, just basically pray to the angels, just put it out there and ask the angels, to help. Raphael is the healer,
Okay.
It's the well-known angel for healing. You can call in Raphael to help, ease his pain and discomfort, and, in all areas of suffering, Raphael will help. But, in general, put it out there and it will, you will find that it does work.
And would it be Raphael for this one? I'm going through a rough patch with my boyfriend. I love him more than anything. What angel can I pray to help us get back on track?
Uriel and Daniel.
Uriel.
And Daniel.
Okay. Dragon Boy texted in, what do you think of tarot cards? I've started learning to read them. Well, I like tarot cards. You see, Kathy's kind of at me over here. Because we were talking about this actually off air. I like the tarot card thing because I see them as entertainment. Mm-hmm. I don't live my life by them. So Mairead Murray, whom we had in the other week doing tarot cards, mm-hmm. I like it when somebody kind of would predict something, tell me something, especially like if it's good. But I don't live my life by them. I see it as entertainment value. I think you shouldn't do that gospel.
Yeah, for me, tarot card readers, it depends on the reader.
Okay.
It really does. You get some readers who basically work with a heavier energy, and you've got others who would work more towards the light. The tarot cards, I believe that they leave you open both to, the good energy and the dark energy, and that's where the good and the bad come out in the cards. And it really does depend on the reader.
Okay.
Seriously.
What was the name of the angel for finance again?
Just the angels of finance, basically. That's
yeah, but you give it the one, the one we said light the candle.
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi.
Yeah.
Yes, Lucky.
I always say to people, spell it so that you can remember it, and just
phonetically.
But yes, exactly. Just like Lakshmi. Just spell it that way.
Okay, Kathy, tell us about that story about you nearly drowning.
Oh yeah. Whenever I was going out with Mickey at the very beginning, we used to go down to a quarry where he, lived, and the locals all swam in it. And I remember standing at the edge of the quarry, and, I'm a very, very strong swimmer. And Mickey came up behind me, and, as you go up to someone and you sort of grab them as if you're going to shove them in. Mm-hmm. And he did this to me, but I lost my balance and fell in. And I went underneath the water, and whenever I went under the water, there was like a ledge. The bank came out and it went, like if you imagine
under the bank.
Exactly.
Really? Yeah.
Like underneath a table.
Yeah.
And as I tried to come up, I was hitting my head off the rocks. And then this went on, and I just got to the point where I had resigned myself to the fact that I wasn't getting out. I was stuck because I was in this black hole and this rocks on top of me, and I could not get up. And I just had resigned myself to the fact, but this peace came over me, and then I saw, which I thought at that time was the sun in the sky. But when I think about it now, the quarry was really dark and dirty and really, really deep, and I'm underneath a ledge. How I could have seen the sun was impossible. But as it turned out, now I know that it was a bright light, and I thought to myself, well, if I follow the light, I follow the sun, basically, I'll get out. And that's what I did, and I come out, and I'm here today to tell the tale, that I lived. But now looking back, over my life, because I'm writing a book, I can sort of, got all the things that have happened to me, and you're thinking, oh yeah, that's exactly what it was, and I realise now that it was never the sun, it was a bright light that was guiding me back out, because obviously I'm still meant to be here. Okay, and you're taking stories for that book. If anybody's got a story that they want to submit, mm-hmm. they can get onto your website, kathyfagan.com. Yeah. And tell the story, and you can publish it in the book. Yeah, if they wish, they can give me permission, and I will basically, enter it into the book. Yeah, there's no doubt. I'd be really happy to get them. Because there's hundreds of people out there with stories. Yeah, I would love to get them. I'm just going to throw this one at you just before I let you go, Kathy, from Dragon Boy. The world is full of good and bad energy. Would they not give a more realistic view on what's going on? That's regarding tarot card reading.
Again, it comes from the space that the tarot card reader is in themselves.
Yes.
You can only give of your own energy like that. Will you primarily give of your own energy, whatever energy comes through you, but will colour what energy that you're giving out. So if you get somebody who's not in a good space, heavy, bad energy, they're not going to spew out some nice, flowery,
Absolutely
beautiful
not.
things.
Yeah.
So it depends on the person.
It most certainly does. It depends on the reader, and as there are some readers out there that are terrific, and like everything else in life, there's some that just maybe aren't as good.
Okay, Kathy, I'm going to let you go because I kept you on longer than I'd anticipated. It was thanks to the text. Again, Kathy's website is www.kathywithacfaganwithana.com.
That's lovely.
Kathy, thank you very much.
Thank you.